Hello everybody, my name is Amanda and I'm a Nigerian. Okay, so a good friend of mine has decided to tag me in this video which is about being natural and being a Nigerian. Her name is Omolayo. Thank you Omolayo for tagging me in this video. I'm actually really excited to talk about this because I don't know, like people ask me like where I'm from, but I never really, I say I'm Nigerian, but I never get to go into depth about it, you know? Like when people say, where are you from? Nigeria. Oh, that's cool. You know, like it's never like a thing where we can have a discussion about it. And I don't know, I guess maybe it's me too. I just never really bother. But, you know, it just kind of stops at, yeah, I'm Nigerian. That's it. I'm really excited to do this tag. So, just to explain what it's about, it's obviously just a tag to get to know me, being a Nigerian person, and having natural hair. So let's go. Let's just start with number one. Question number one is, what is your full Nigerian name? Okay, this is interesting. Actually, I have my birth certificate here, funnily enough. So my full name is on my birth certificate, all of my names: Oyebusola, Adeoju, Oyinlaifa, Oluwatoyosi, Amanda, Ajomale. So those are my 6 names. Well, 5 first names and my last name. All of them are on my birth certificate. I didn't actually think they would be because on my passport it's only Amanda Oyebosola Ajomale. But yeah, so those are my Nigerian names. I have 2 Yoruba names, 2 Ijaw names because I'm half. I'm half Yoruba, half Ijaw. My mum's Ijaw and my dad is Yoruba. When I say I'm half, like mixed, it's like it doesn't really make sense to people outside of Nigeria, I think, because they're like, what do you mean? You're from the same country. I'm like, wait. Nigeria was never meant to be a country. I'm not trying to give you a history lesson or anything, but there are so many different ethnic groups and tribes in Nigeria. Even my mum, I think, is from 2 different tribes as well. She's not full Ijaw, like both of her parents aren't Ijaw. For us in Nigeria, when we say we're mixed, it's genuinely like, I don't know, I guess for Europe it's like you can say you're half Italian, half French kind of thing. So yeah, it's from the same country, but it's from 2 completely different ethnic groups. So, yeah. Question number 2. When was your first relaxer? Well, I've actually never relaxed my hair. I've never been relaxed. My hair has always been natural. Actually, that's a lie. I remember my mum telling me a story of when I went to live with my grandmother in Nigeria for a year. I'm not sure about how true this is exactly. My mum said that when she went to go get me, bearing in mind I was 2 years old, when she went to go get me from my grandmother's place, she saw that I had straight hair. My mum freaked out at my grandmother and she cut all of my hair off, she chopped it all off at 2 years old, and she didn't speak to her for quite a long time. So that was my first and only relaxer. After that, I've just been natural my entire life. Question number 3. How did you wear your hair in elementary school? So obviously this is an American question here. So elementary school is like primary school. I'm thinking in primary school, I wore my hair mainly in braids. Like I want it like, you know, crochet braids, you know, like the crinkly, like the ones that already come plaited. And then it's like crinkly or curly or crimped or whatever. I'll see if I can find a photo of that because that was like my go-to style. Or I would do, what is this called? What is the name? Threading. I would get my hair threaded. So it's like they get a piece of your hair like this maybe, and then like wrap the thread around it. I'm gonna put this back inside. My hair is just doing whatever it wants to do. It's just not behaving. Anybody with natural hair would know. Your hair has a mind of its own. You will never ever be able to control it. I'm having one of those days where it's just not complying at all. Yeah, so either in the crochet braids or the threads, or I would do just ordinary cornrows. I don't know. I'll see if I can get a picture. I have loads of pictures, but they're all at home in Portsmouth with my parents, and right now I live in Paris, so I don't have anything. But I'll see if I can get my mum to send me a picture of it, and then I can post it in the video. Number 4. When did you go natural and why? Well, you already know that at 2 years old, I was forced to go back to natural after my grandmother relaxed my hair without my mum's permission. So this question, I think, for me relates to more of a when did I embrace being natural? Because I grew up in an all-white area, well, just outside the city of Portsmouth in the south of England. It's called Pembroke. It's a really small village, I would say. At the time, I'm not sure if it is right now, I think it's you know, developing a little bit more, but at the time in my school, well, there was another black girl. There were only 2 black people in our school from year 7 until year 11. Everybody was white. People I went to church with or white, people I saw in the streets or white. It was very, very rare for me to see a black person around me. The only other black female was obviously my mother. So I'd always used to say, you know, I want to relax my hair, I want to relax my hair, why won't you let me relax my hair? You know, I want straight hair. And my mum was always like, when you're 18, you can do whatever you want, you can pay for your relaxer yourself, and that's fine. So as I was getting older, you know, I got to 18, I was just like, you know what? I actually like not having straight hair. I like being able to do things with my hair that other people can't do. That was when I embraced it. It was in my first year of university, and I was just like, you know what? Let the fro free. I actually did start wearing my hair out in the natural afro as opposed to braids or crochet braids or cornrows or whatever other styles that I would do. Because in that year I had no idea how to look after an afro. I knew how to look after braids and how to wash my hair, but I didn't know how to maintain the hair in its out state. Am I making sense? Like, you know? So in the first term of first year, I just kind of let it do whatever it wanted to do. I'd like wake up in the mornings, put some water, some cream, whatever, and just fluff it out, and I just go to bed like that at night. It was bad, obviously. I wasn't taking care of my hair because I just kind of left it out in the fro. I noticed that the hair in the back has started to break off. You know, like I'd see bits of my hair on my pillow. The hair in the back of my hair wasn't as long as the hair in the front of my hair, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's happening to my hair? And that's when I started watching YouTube videos and joining societies and looking at how other black women care for their afro textured hair. At this point I didn't know how to tell the different hair textures as well. Like I didn't know the number and letter system, so I'd be watching somebody with curly hair and I'm like, oh, her hair is so pretty, maybe what works for her hair will work for my hair, and it didn't. So that's when I started really educating myself and looking at people who had the same kind of textured hair as I did, which was the 4B, 4C kind of texture. So yeah, that's just when I started to embrace being natural as opposed to going natural, because I've always been natural. Question number 5. What were your parents' reactions when you went natural? Again, I've always been natural. It's always been known to my parents that I had natural hair. You know, I think it was like the situation where like my mum would be sitting in the living room and I'd be sitting on the floor in the chair in front of her, and she's like combing my hair out, or we've just washed my hair, and I'd see my dad come downstairs and he's like looking at us. It's like, God, women in their hair. But I think the biggest reaction that I got when I started to embrace being natural and wearing my hair out in natural styles came from aunties and cousins. I have one auntie in particular who really had nothing nice to say about my hair. I guess in her mind, natural hair is a bad thing. Her daughter and I, we basically grew up together. We're more or less the same age. So whenever I went to the house, she'd kind of look at me, she's like, what is this? And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's my hair. And she'd always make like little comments where I was just like, okay, I understand you're Nigerian. Political correctness, or you know, saying what's on your mind is a thing, but you don't always have to say it, you know. I think at first she thought it was a phase. So when it like a year had passed or 2 years or something, I remember one time I went to her place to see my cousins. She opened the door for me. When I got there, she looked at me. The first thing she said was, Amanda, you're 20. You're a lady now. You have to start looking like a lady. And I'm like, it was like, does my natural hair mean that I don't look like a lady? Like, I think she equated being beautiful and being ladylike and being a woman with having this Europeanized idea of beauty, you know? But for me, it's actually the exact opposite, you know? In my mind, when I see beauty, I am gonna say this, I prefer natural beauty. Flaunt the skin you were in. Don't try and change it and try and think that it's something that you're not. You know, think that beauty is something that you're not. The way that I felt after she said that, you know, she actually looked at me and it was like she was giving me a lecture. It's like, you're a lady. Time to start looking like a lady. I mean, it wasn't just my hair, it was my clothes, because I like to wear casual clothes and, you know, clothes where I'm comfortable in, as opposed to wearing heels all the time, tight clothes and flashy. Like, you know, I'm not really like, look at this. Like, I'm not a flashy person. I just kind of wear whatever I feel comfortable in or I feel appropriate for the time. And I was only going to see my cousin, so I wasn't going to wear my 7-inch heels or, you know, like a crazy hairband or anything, you know. I was just going to hang out with my cousin. So that's one side of how my family reacted in the beginning. Now I think she's okay with it. She's accepted it's not a phase. This is my hair. This is how it grows out of my head, and I'm not going to change that, and I shouldn't really, you know. Another reaction that I got was from another auntie of mine, and she is known to be kind of the crazy auntie, the more eccentric, I will say. She's really cool and I love her to pieces. The first time she saw my hair out, it was at a wedding. I just started in the journey to figuring out what works for my hair and what doesn't work, and it was at that point where I saw somebody with a different hair texture and they were doing something completely different that is not suitable for my hair. So basically I tried a braid out. And it just did not work and looked horrible. It looked terrible on my hair, and I was like, oh gosh, okay, it's okay. It's at a wedding, no one's looking at you anyway. Wrong. Everybody was looking at me. So my mum was sitting on a table somewhere and I was sitting with my cousins, and I went over to greet my aunties, my uncles and all of that. And this, my wonderfully eccentric and loud auntie, you know, she's the auntie that's known for having the low cut hair, the TWA as they call it now in natural hair lingo. So she had her hair in every single colour under the sun. At this specific point, she had her hair gold. It was a gold TWA and it was wonderful. But anyway, she just kind of looked at me as I came up to the table. She's like, ah! I'm like, hi auntie, good evening, how are you? She's like, I'm fine. I like your hair. And I'm like, oh, thank you. And she's like, so what do? You just leave it to do what it wants? You don't comb it? You let it be free? And I'm like, oh God. She thinks I did this on purpose. Like, she thinks this is like a dread kind of thing. Like, I'm like, yeah, that was the plan. I didn't comb it. But hey, so my hair looked a disaster, but at least she said she liked it and she was interested in what I had tried to do, and I'm happy. Next question. Which one product would you bring if you were to spend 1 month in Nigeria? This right here. This is Shea Butter Miracle African Pride Made leave-in conditioner, and I honestly swear by this leave-in conditioner. It is hands down my favorite. The favorite thing that has ever come to my life. It's, I don't know, it's cheap for a lot. It's like 425 grams and it's a good price and it smells divine. Like, it is honestly the best smelling thing I have ever put in my hair, and it makes my hair so soft and smooth and scrumptious, and I love it. So yes, this is the #1 product I would take with me, hands down. Next question, palm oil or coconut oil? Coconut. Number 8, do you use any product from Nigeria? No, I don't. You know, because this is actually the only thing that I use, like, product-wise. Like, I like to do a lot of DIY things, so I'll do my own DIY deep conditioner or my DIY shampoo, or normally, like, I would do my own DIY leave-in conditioner as well, but this just works so well for me that I don't really need to. So yeah, I don't really use products. I mean, even to wash my hair, I use bentonite clay. I'm more of an all-round natural. I like to keep it as clean, as natural, as chemical-free as possible. Even with this, I mean, this has a ton of good things. Anyway, so going back to the question, I don't use any products from Nigeria. Having said that, coconut oil as number 9. Favorite foods? Interesting. Egusi or okra soup? I love me some egusi. It has to be egusi. But I'm a vegetarian, so it kind of makes egusi a little bit tricky. That's okay. I can, you know, whip up some veggie-friendly egusi. Don't tell my mum or my grandmother that I said that, but you know, what has to be done has to be done. I can't stop eating Nigerian food just because I can't eat meat. Although some people might argue otherwise. Like, there's still a little voice in my head that's like, are you sure you still want to be Nigerian if you don't want to eat meat? Next question. Rice and stew versus jollof rice. Jollof rice, hand down again. I make the best jollof rice you'll ever taste. Let me just say that. Puff puff versus chin chin. Puff puff. Chin chin is a little bit too, I don't know how to explain it. Definitely prefer puff puff to chin chin. Suya versus stockfish. Again, none of these can apply because I'm a vegetarian. But when I wasn't a vegetarian, suya was my meat of choice. Number 10, final question. What's the state of natural hair amongst Nigerians? I actually really like this question, mainly because I don't know the answer. So the last time I was in Nigeria, it was in 2008. So for me, it was more of a, okay, I'm natural in a world where everybody is relaxed and they have really bad relaxed hair. You can have some people with beautiful relaxed hair and it looks amazing. And you have the others that it just looks so unhealthy, like you want to cry for the state of their hair. This actually happened last time I went. I was staying with my auntie in VGC and we went to the salon that was outside of the estate. I was there with my cousins. So when we got there and people saw my hair, they're like, oh no, she's natural, no, we can't do this hair. And I'm like, what? And you know, this happened before because I went to school in Nigeria. I went to boarding school for 1 year, Trinity International College. Hey, fellow Trinity alum. But yeah, so I was there for a year. You know, every Sunday we would get hairdressers into the school to do all of our hair. They made me feel like I was the only natural girl in the whole school. I don't know how true that is, but sometimes they wouldn't do my hair or they just do a really bad job of it. And I remember this one Sunday, it's like they were just tired of it. They're like, no, we're not going anywhere near your hair. They were speaking about me in Yoruba to the other hairdressers, you know, because we were all sitting in like this kind of courtyard area and they'd be talking about me. They're like, oh my gosh, no, her hair is so ugly and it's so difficult. Why do we have to do this hair? We're not doing this hair. I was standing there with my comb and I was listening to all of this happening and I was like, and they're picking every other girl apart from me and I'm just like, what's happening? And then eventually one of the hairdressers explained to me, she's like, look, either you relax your hair or you cut it. Nobody wants to do your hair. It's bad hair. It's too difficult. And after that happened, I was like, why would you say this? Like, my mother had spent so many years training me into accepting my hair. It wasn't even training, she just taught me that there is nothing wrong with my hair and she didn't let me relax it. It was just kind of like, okay, what else? This is it. Like, this is what I have to deal with for now until I can do something about it. And then for somebody else to tell me, your hair is bad, it's wrong, we're not touching it. It's like, come on. Like, I was 11 years old at this point. I was so upset, I was so hot, like, this is bringing back so many like negative emotions. Like, it's really, it still kind of hurts a little bit like talking about it. It's like, why would you say that? Number one, to an 11-year-old girl. Number two, it's your job. Like, it's your job to do my hair. So anyway, I didn't argue. I was just like, okay, this is not gonna happen. I eventually had to get one of the older girls to do my hair because I was in JS1, which is like the equivalent of year 6. The Nigerian system is JS1, JS2, JS3, SS1, SS2, SS3. And that's the secondary school. So I had to get like the SS2, SS3 girls to do my hair and I was just like, ugh. This sucks. Like, honestly, it was just the worst feeling in the world. Fast forward a few years, 2008, and I was in the salon. It was the same thing. Nobody wanted to do my hair. And I was just like, why? Eventually, there was this one guy. He was the loveliest hair. I will always remember him. He accepted my hair in its natural form. And he was just like, okay, come over here. He washed my hair. He blow dried it. And so he sits me down in the chair after he's finished washing it and all of that. You know, as he's doing it, you know, he's running his hands through it and combing it and everything. And people were so shocked at the fact that I had healthy, long, natural hair. So that was nice, you know, that was like a nice counter experience as opposed to the one that I had experienced before in Nigeria where nobody wanted to touch my hair and people were telling me that my hair was bad, and now all these women were telling me that my hair was good, it was healthy, and they were jealous of the fact that I had natural hair that was 3 or 4 times longer than their hair because I don't know what it is. Whenever I saw women in Nigeria with with hair in general, it was either relaxed, like really short and relaxed and just not healthy at all, or it was, you know, these weaves that the aunties have where it's like short, slick, it's like this, and it's just it's just really short, and it's got like the red tip. Ooh, it's actually kind of like my hair. I've got the red tips too, but yeah, I mean like really red, like Kelly Rowland dilemma kind of hairstyle, you know. They were rocking that until, I don't know if they still are, but that was a thing back then. So yeah, that was a really nice experience to have when I was there, that people were approving me of my hair even before being natural became a thing. Now I feel like, especially in the States, it's like oh, the natural hair movement, like more and more women are becoming natural because they're seeing other women becoming natural, and it's being tied to politics and feminism and whatever. So before all of that, before being natural was cool, that was the reaction that I had, and it was nice. It was really nice, and it just kind of warmed my heart up a little bit, and it helped me to not feel so insecure whenever I did think about my natural hair. I mean, I did still have the odd comment every now and then, like one of my male cousins who's like a big brother to me. I remember he said to me one time when I was probably like 16, 17, this was around that time, you know, 2008, I was about 16, when my cousin would say to me, you know, you'd look so pretty if you relaxed your hair. And I'm like, just stop. I'm gonna look exactly the same with my hair relaxed or with it natural. It's not like I'm gonna look better or worse with a certain hairstyle. I mean, certain hairstyles do kind of change your face a little bit, but that's the style, not the texture, you know? It's not like if you do this really cute updo, you're gonna look amazing. If you leave your hair out, it's gonna be, you know, not so great. But I'm not gonna relax my hair just for the sake of maybe looking pretty. Anyway, that's it. That is all 10 questions, excuse me. Those of you who follow my channel would know that I do like to talk. I kind of talk for the world whenever I get onto a subject that I really like, and I have loved talking about. I love talking about my hair, and I love talking about being Nigerian. I love it. I don't know why. It's just like, it's a part of me that people only see, but they never really kind of get to learn about. So I hope this video has been informative. Hopefully it's been interesting and you haven't been bored with me and my rambles. I promise I am trying to control it. I'm not, that's a lie. I like to talk. So, shout out to my girl Omalayo for tagging me in this video. Love you. And I would also like to tag my fellow Nigerian, Fumilayo. She has an amazing makeup channel. I really want her to do this natural hair tag because she's Nigerian and she's natural and she's beautiful. So definitely check out her channel, which I'll put in the description box below. I'm also tagging my two friends, Siddhartha. She's got natural hair, gorgeous natural hair as well. She's not Nigerian, she's Sierra Leonean, but that's okay. She can tell us all about Sierra Leone, being Sierra Leonean and natural. I would love to see that video. Siddhartha, yes, I am calling you out. Please do this video. And also my other friend, who's a beautiful, beautiful girl, Esther. She has this huge mane of natural hair and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I really want her to do a tag. So girl, I know you're watching this video, do this tag, please, because I really want you to. I'll also put a link to her YouTube channel. She's a singer, so everybody check her out. Her voice is amazing, her hair is amazing, her skin is amazing. She's just an amazing person. So definitely check that out, and I look forward to seeing these videos. And for any of you ladies out there watching this, I challenge all of you, yes, I tag everybody watching this, to do a Nigerian or natural hair tag, because I really want to see it. I want to see what else is out there and how other people have been living life natural, if you've been natural your whole life, or if you've just turned natural 3 or 4 or 5 years ago, or maybe 6 months ago, you know? I want to know, I want to see this. For me, this is really interesting. This is like where I get all of my excitement from. I need to control myself because this is just gonna, this isn't, okay. Thanks for watching my video, and I will be back into my regular vlogging. I'm really behind in all of my vlogs from the summer. Oh no, I finished all my vlogs from Brazil, but there are still some here in Paris that I haven't really uploaded and edited because of certain issues happening, but you know, whatever. I'm trying to get back into that this week, so definitely look out for more videos. Tag me in all of your hair videos because I really want to see what else is out there. And to the girls, Siddhartha, Fumilayo and Esther, I tag you. I've tagged you. You cannot get out of this. Okay, love you, bye.